Listen to this podcast now on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Why is the middle class shrinking? Why are people facing an affordability crisis while marginalized individuals called informals grow in numbers? Join me as I travel the world, speaking with people living in invisibility, the leaders working to solve it, and uncovering the hard truths shaping our economy and daily reality.
Download all of Red Apple Media's podcasts right now through your favorite podcast platform.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Excuse me, taxi.
Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
His own website, which is amazing, BillO'Reilly.com. Great stories, great interviews. It's great TV, the no spin every night. Great. His Killing series, killing it. See that? He's got the great book on the presidents confronting evil, still selling. His new book will be coming out in September. He's also got the News Nation show with Cuomo and the aforementioned Stephen A. Smith. And then he's got this new podcast, we'll do it live, which I was honored, I really was, to be a guest of his. Very surreal for me. About last week, it dropped a week ago today. It's doing big numbers, over 100,000. Last I checked this morning, big numbers. So, Bill O'Reilly, the best of all time and still the best. Thank you again for having me on the podcast. And it looks like, at least numbers-wise, it may have paid off.
Yeah, I mean, you're a big shot now, Rosenberg.
You're funny.
You're a big shot.
You're funny.
Okay, remember the Billy Joel song? That's you.
I was nervous. I was like, I can't get killed by Janine Pirro or Rob Schneider or Steve Shapiro or Lindsey Graham. I got to at least Shapiro, I should say. I got to at least be competitive. So I was, as you know, I called you once or twice. I was actually checking the numbers every day.
Yeah, but you have a very good story to tell. We told it, and on a number of different levels. So. I appreciate you doing it. Now we got Chaz Parliamentary.
Wow.
He drops today.
Nice.
And he's got some very interesting stories nobody's ever heard about his climb from the Bronx to prominence. Do you realize his show, A Bronx Tale, and I don't know if you've seen it, but it's brilliant. It really is.
I have many times.
37 years.
That long. Wow.
That show has been viable.
Yeah.
30, and he's going to London to do it in Leicester Square, do the show.
Oh, wow.
And I go, why would people in London want to care about a Bronx Italian guy, trying to right the ship? And it's got that quality about it. And he's a good guy, Chaz.
Love
he's
him.
A good guy.
Love him. And, because of that show, there was a great movie with him and De Niro. There was an amazing Broadway show.
About that.
Yep.
And De Niro doesn't run around on a movie set with his crazy philosophy. And Chaz, the first guy who told me that. He doesn't try to impose, his nutty view of life, De Niro's.
But let me stop you for a second. But the reason why is because A Bronx Tale was made long before Donald Trump was president. And even the staunchest of Democrats were not retarded like they are now. That all came with President Trump. That's when De Niro lost his mind.
Yeah, but he was really far out there before Trump came on the scene as far as his view of how the country should run. So anyway, I noted your conversation with Stephen A. He's making a few mistakes, and I hope he's listening now, because it's my job in life to make sure that you, Stephen A., and Cuomo are all in positions to succeed. And
100%.
Sometimes you wander off the path of success, and I have to drag you back on. Okay. I'm like a Boy Scout.
Right.
So unlike sports, politics does not have a last game approach in the sense that it doesn't matter what you did in the last game. It doesn't matter at all. What matters is what you're doing now to win the game today that you're playing. So, yeah, you hit 2 home runs on Monday. Nobody cares about that on Wednesday. Not the same in politics. So what President Trump is facing now is that he's got to do 2 things. Number one, bring the Iranian situation to a successful conclusion. Now, no matter what he does, the Trump haters are going to say it's a lousy deal and he blew it. But most Americans aren't under that banner. If he gets a treaty or whatever they want to call it and says weapons inspectors are going to get in there and we're going to blunt this nuclear ambition, that's a win.
Oh, well, let me stop you for 1 second. Let me stop 1 second. Because I agree with the first part, okay? But again, what I keep harping on, because you're saying it's a win, is time matters. It does matter.
No, but listen to me. So that's a win. Now, whether the campaign to get there was worth the win, they call it a Pyrrhic victory. Mm-hmm. Okay?
Yep.
Okay, we won, but it wasn't worth the price. That's what Trump has to calculate, and that's why it's such a difficult situation now for him.
So is it fair then, even if you love Trump like I do, to worry about the last portion you just mentioned, that it's taking too long or that it costs too much or all of those things?
And that's what is keeping him up at night. So he knows he's got 5 months to convince the American people that his administration is better for them, and he's got a big advantage because the Democrats are ridiculous, and so there aren't people clamoring for any Democratic politician, and in the House and Senate runs, it's the same thing. So all of these people tie themselves to progressive policies, which have turned out to be disasters across the board. So there's really nothing to root for there. But if Trump gets his victory, then you definitely will see the economy just explode in a good way. So the oil prices will go down, inflation will go down. All of these things will happen because they're artificially pumped up. All this is not real. This is just, well, we're charging $5 a gallon because Iran, is doing X. And so Trump he can get momentum to swing into November. So for Stephen to say, they're waxed and they're not coming back, and I was saying, that's a tough bet. That is a very tough bet. But he's got to win it soon because there's growing anger, and anger is hard to dissipate. So people are going, look, I don't understand this anyway, and they don't. Okay? And now I got to pay all this money, and Trump told me he's going to do no foreign wars. That's all they can think about, and they repeat it over and over and over and over. So Trump knows he got to get out of there, and that brings me back to my initial point, and you'll remember this. I said when this started, because I also had a conversation with the president about it, this is your biggest gamble ever. This Iran thing, because it's not like Venezuela. It's not even like China. I mean, these people have nothing to lose. They don't care whether their own people die or starve. It's like the Chinese in 1949. Mao Zedong killed 10 million of their own people. He did not care. It's the same mentality. So you're not dealing with somebody who wants a deal, might make a deal. You could force them. And I noticed a French aircraft carrier, the only one they have, I think it's named the Croissant, is now going to the Persian Gulf. So behind the scenes, Trump's making progress in uniting somewhat, and we'll see how the Pope conversation goes, the world against Iran, which is a key.
The Pope conversation has become interesting, too, because now Marco Rubio got involved and is trying to, I guess, broker peace.
That's the best guy to have involved. Yeah, you don't want Hegseth over there, throwing water on the Pope. That's not good. We don't want that.
No, we don't. No, we don't. So this overwhelming is really his theme, Stephen A., was that in his mind at least, and he's still Nick's first, but he's a smart guy, very smart. In his mind at least, the Republicans have already lost the midterms. And it wasn't just Iran. He talked a lot, Bill O'Reilly, about something you've actually criticized before, and that is the president's decorum. Was he overstating that?
I don't think that anybody who voted for Donald Trump really cares about the decorum issue. How could they? So he's run 3 times, and he had 77 million voters the last time around, waxing Kamala. I don't think one of those people gives a hoot about his decorum because they all know that he's bombastic. That's why he's where he is.
Right.
So why would that factor in now? Are you just figuring it out that the guy is bellicose sometimes?
Right.
You just get that?
Come on. I know. It's stupid.
77 WABC and Bergen Newbridge Medical Center honor the life of legendary broadcaster and our friend, Ernie Anastas.
Hi, it's Ernie Anastas. You know, your thoughts can affect how you feel. Bergen Newbridge Medical Center is the largest hospital in New Jersey, providing comprehensive, equitable, compassionate, and high-quality emergency inpatient and outpatient medical care, plus mental health services and substance use disorder treatment. The Bergen Newbridge team can address your total health needs in one convenient location. Call 201-225-7130 for an appointment or newbridgehealth.org.